Holidays are an essential part of our lives and cultures. They offer an opportunity to gather with loved ones, celebrate significant events, and reflect on the values and traditions that define our communities. In this audiobook, we'll explore the history and cultural significance of various holidays around the world, including their origins, traditions, and modern-day celebrations. Part 1: Christmas. Christmas is one of the most widely celebrated holidays in the world, commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ. Its origins date back to the 4th century when the Roman Empire adopted Christianity as its official religion. The holiday's modern-day traditions, such as the exchanging of gifts and decorating trees, have evolved over time and vary across different cultures and regions. In some countries, Christmas is celebrated with elaborate parades and festivities, while in others, it is a more subdued and religious observance. However, regardless of the form it takes, Christmas is a time for spreading joy, kindness, and generosity, as well as for reflecting on the values of faith, family, and community. Part 2: Hanukkah. Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday that commemorates the rededication of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. Its origins date back to the 2nd century BCE, when the Maccabees revolted against the Greek Seleucid Empire. The holiday is celebrated by lighting a menorah, playing dreidel, and enjoying traditional foods, such as latkes and sufganiyot. For Jews around the world, Hanukkah represents a time of hope, resilience, and perseverance in the face of adversity. It is a reminder of the power of faith, community, and tradition to sustain us in difficult times and to bring light into the darkest of moments. Part 3: Diwali. Diwali is a Hindu holiday that celebrates the triumph of good over evil and light over darkness. Its origins date back to ancient India, and are rooted in Hindu mythology. The holiday is celebrated by lighting lamps and candles, exchanging gifts, and enjoying traditional foods, such as sweets and snacks. For Hindus around the world, Diwali represents a time of renewal, purification, and spiritual enlightenment. It is a time to reflect on the values of compassion, forgiveness, and generosity, and to share the light of hope and joy with others. Part 4: Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is an Islamic holiday that marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan. Its origins date back to the 7th century when the Prophet Muhammad completed the Quran. The holiday is celebrated by attending prayer services, exchanging gifts, and enjoying traditional foods, such as dates and sweets. For Muslims around the world, Eid al-Fitr represents a time of spiritual renewal, forgiveness, and gratitude. It is a time to reflect on the values of faith, charity, and unity, and to celebrate the blessings of life and community. Part 5: Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is a major holiday in China and other East Asian countries, marking the start of the lunar calendar. Its origins date back thousands of years, and are rooted in Chinese mythology. The holiday is celebrated with dragon and lion dances, lantern festivals, and traditional foods, such as dumplings and rice cakes. For Chinese people around the world, Chinese New Year represents a time of renewal, reunion, and hope. It is a time to honor the traditions of the past and to embrace the opportunities and challenges of the future. Part 6: Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is a Mexican holiday that celebrates the lives of deceased loved ones. Its origins date back to pre-Columbian times when indigenous peoples in Mexico celebrated death as a natural part of life. The holiday is celebrated by creating altars for the deceased, decorating with marigolds and candles, and enjoying traditional foods, such as sugar skulls and pan de muerto. For Mexicans and Mexican Americans, Day of the Dead represents a time of remembrance, connection, and celebration of life. It is a time to honor the memories of loved ones who have passed and to reflect on the fragility and beauty of human existence. Part 7, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is an American holiday that celebrates the blessings of the harvest and the spirit of gratitude. Its origins date back to the early days of the American colonies, when the Pilgrims held a feast with Native American allies to give thanks for a bountiful harvest. Today, Thanksgiving is a time for families and friends to gather, share a meal, and express gratitude for the blessings of life. It is also a time to reflect on the history and diversity of America, and to strive for a more just and inclusive society. Part 8, Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha is an Islamic holiday that commemorates the willingness of Abraham to sacrifice his son for God. Its origins date back to the 7th century, and are rooted in Islamic tradition. The holiday is celebrated by performing a special prayer, sacrificing an animal, and sharing the meat with family, friends, and the less fortunate. For Muslims around the world, Eid al-Adha represents a time of sacrifice, generosity, and faith. It is a time to reflect on the values of obedience, humility, and service to others, and to strive for a more just and compassionate world. Part 9, Passover. Passover is a Jewish holiday that commemorates the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Its origins date back to biblical times and are rooted in Jewish tradition. The holiday is celebrated by conducting a special Seder meal, retelling the story of the Exodus, and refraining from eating leavened bread. For Jews around the world, Passover represents a time of liberation, redemption, and renewal. It is a time to reflect on the values of freedom, justice, and human dignity, and to work towards a more inclusive and equitable world. Conclusion? Holidays are an integral part of our lives and cultures, reflecting our values, beliefs, and traditions. By exploring the history and cultural significance of holidays around the world, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the diversity and richness of human experience. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali, Eid al-Fitr, Chinese New Year, Day of the Dead, Thanksgiving, Eid al-Adha, Passover, or other holidays, may they bring you joy, peace, and a sense of community and connection. May they also inspire us all to work towards a world of greater compassion, understanding, and respect for all cultures and traditions.